Hello, friend. I'm Marcy Farrell from ThankfulHomemaker.com, and I'm so glad to be with you today. If you're new here, welcome, and I hope you'll check out past videos, and you can find a lot more articles and other resources over at my home on the web, ThankfulHomemaker.com. And one more quick favor, and it is a favor. If you've been enjoying your time or if you've been here for a bit, would you consider hitting the subscribe button if you've not yet? And if this video is a blessing to you at the end of it, would you just take a moment and give it a thumbs up? I would greatly appreciate it. It helps others to find it. And it just, it encourages me, honestly. So I'm thankful for you. So cleaning is on my mind this month. I don't know why. It's summertime, not sure. It's not like I'm doing any deep cleaning, but I want to walk through my super simple cleaning routine. And maybe that's part of it. I want to help you to simplify your cleaning. So I want to share some encouragement for you and maybe even some tips to just make your home cleaning maybe a bit easier and a bit more fun. I know that's fun and cleaning seems like an oxymoron, but I think it can be. So I also have a free weekly PDF cleaning schedule that you can download at my blog, and I'll link to it in the video too. It looks like it's this one here. It's this one here. Oh, took it off the stand there. So it's going to be weird when I put it back up. But it's here, so if you're interested in it, I'm never going to put it back right. Like a man messing up everything here. This is real time. That's kind of fun. Okay, so basically, our home cleaning, it shouldn't take up the majority of our day. And in our time together, I want to help you figure out how you can simplify your cleaning. I'm going to walk through with you a day in the life of my cleaning, share some simple tips that have been a help to me. And this is a really important reminder before we dig in. I'm just sharing what I do. You can follow it exactly, but it's not meant to. It's meant to give you an example and to help you think through how you want to maintain your own home on a weekly or daily basis. Be reminded here always, I'm in an empty nest season now, so I don't have kiddos here at home on a regular basis. I have my grandkiddos visiting, but I don't have small children in the home with me. So your season and your life circumstances and whatever else needs to be, that all needs to be factored in as you ponder how much time you can give to the care of your home. And also what you decide on as a family as to how clean your home needs to be. Your home is a place to be lived in. It's a place for you and your family to be comfortable and a place for you to welcome others into. And I will state this, and I consider it a fact in my life. My home functions so much better when it's organized and clean. Not perfect by any means. Truly, I just function better with all the things I need to deal with inside and outside my home when I have some basic order in my home. I'm one of those people that I won't even sit down to write a podcast episode or put a video together until I've gone through my morning routine and my home has some semblance of order. Then I love to sit down to write, as I was doing to prepare for our time here today. I'll sit with a cup of coffee, a clean, tidy work area, and just start to begin to share thoughts. When my home has order, I personally just seem to get more done. It might just be my personality, but I know that we serve a God of order, and I know I function better when I have order in my life. So I have this weekly cleaning schedule that I stick to, but in saying that, it doesn't mean I get to everything. I'm so itchy. I'm so sorry. It's like allergy season here, so I super apologize for that. It doesn't mean that I get everything done in every room every week. You need to know that. So when you look at that schedule there, I'm not getting all that done every week by any means. It doesn't even mean that I even get cleaning done every day in whatever rooms I have on the schedule. There may be missed days. It's there to keep me on task. So each day of the week, I have broken down into rooms and areas of my home to tackle on that particular day. Again, subscribe to the blog, get a free download. It's no cost to you. It puts you on my email list. I'm not a very frequent emailer. I'm usually once, maybe twice a month. I have a monthly newsletter, and I may throw out some extra resources. But I just try to share articles and videos and different resources that have encouraged me, and that's what I share with you. So you get access to the free library of printables too, where there's many other resources there. So it's things to help you in your home and in your walk with the Lord that'll all be linked to below the video. So an example is each weekday, Monday through Friday, I really try hard not to clean on the weekends. So before I get to the area I'm going to clean that day, I give things a quick tidy. I go through my morning routine, and then I begin to tackle my home chores for that day. I like to do it early in the day if it works for me. Doesn't always. I just function better early in the morning. A quick tidy, and I have a whole podcast episode, a recent one on this one if you want to listen in. One day I'll revamp it and put it into a video, but that's like way down the list. But I do have a podcast on it. I'll link to that. But a quick tidy just means tidying the areas of my home that clutter tends to build. So for me, it's my kitchen desk area or my kitchen counter. It might be mail that needs sorted or books that need put away. I'm pretty cluttery with, especially when I'm writing or working at my little, it's more like a table in my living room. It gets pretty chaotic. So I try to tidy that area either before I start or when I'm done there working for the day. I might tidy the pillows and blankets in the family room if they're messy, just fluff pillows, straighten them, fold blankets. I just make sure things are in place. This only takes a couple minutes because most of the time I'm doing it regularly. And sometimes it doesn't need done at all. It's just become a habit for me. And in my episode on tidy, I really encourage you to teach your kiddos to tidy a room before they leave it. What does that look like? But I just work hard because it's not natural for me, okay, to put things back where they belong. I don't tend to do that. I'm the one setting it on the kitchen counter or the desk or somewhere else. So I need to constantly remind myself to just put this back where it goes, and then I don't have to touch it twice. So this is why I need to have a quick tidy because I don't do that. So a note on this, just so we know this. We're always going to be picking up and tidying because our homes are used and lived in, right? It's their purpose. So my tidying time is just getting that area ready for that next beautiful mess that's coming its way. So when I clear off that kitchen counter, you can bet that there's going to be another mess of papers or dishes or whatever that might be coming its way. And you know what? I'm ready for it. I'm also ready after a quick tidy for that friend to walk through the door or to get something prepared for my hubby, a snack or something, or to get another pile of books started on my desk area. I'm going to share a quick overview of my weekly schedule, but I want you to hear this before I do. Again, this is my schedule. Your brain may not work this way. I like to break areas of my home down into each day of the week. Maybe you like to batch chores like dusting or vacuuming on one day. Maybe you like to clean your home all at once. Usually though, and especially with littles underfoot, I know that can be a little bit challenging. But as I'm walking through this, especially if you have no system of keeping your home clean and you just feel like you're maybe in chaos, ponder with me what it might look like for you in your season of life, what you are capable of, and define also what clean means to you and your family. I have this particular video. There's a whole post on this at the website, and it'll be linked below the video. So it'll have all the little tips and things I'm putting in. It'll have the link to the cleaning schedule. So you don't have to remember all this. You'll have something to go back and resource and look at. But here's my weekly schedule, and I'm just taking it from that sheet there. So Monday is what I call my weekly home blessing, and I have a video here on that I'll link to. And I also will tidy and clean my bedrooms. Tuesday is the kitchen, which for me, it includes my walk-in pantry and also includes my mudroom and laundry room. That's just how I work it in. They kind of all flow together, so that's how I do Tuesdays. Wednesday is my home office and bathrooms. I'll usually pay bills on that day too. Thursday is my main living area. So it's my living room, my family room, my dining room, and my foyer. And my dining room and foyer are pretty small areas to clean and tidy. So is my living room. My family room is my messier one. And Friday is my catch-up day. I like to have it open for whatever needs done, whatever maybe I didn't get to. I also like to put on that day, if I can, I'll tidy the car up a little bit if it needs it. I'll clean out my purse. And I'm actually in the basement now, so I may tidy and clean the basement, which doesn't get too messy either too often, but I may take a vacuum through and a quick feather duster to my basement area. And then Saturday, I try to hold out for family day. Our yard work usually might fall on that day if my husband and I are working outside in the yard. And then Sunday is church. Then on Sunday, either afternoons or evenings, however it works out, I'll try to do my weekly and menu planning in the afternoon. We're trying to get better at having church family over after church for lunch, so that usually falls to me more in the evenings then. But I may have to move that. I ponder moving it to Friday sometimes. So for now, this schedule has worked great for me. But as if you just heard me say, on my Sunday, I may have to move that. We need to be flexible, right? But this schedule that I'm using, I have used it for quite a few years with a little bit of tweaking here and there. I also used it with my children and now as an empty nester. And I even use this when my grandkids come over, even when they're here for an extended period of time. So let me walk through Tuesday as an example with you, okay? So Tuesday is my kitchen day, and I had those other rooms in there too. I had the mudroom and laundry room and pantry in there. So I'll do some simple cleaning chores to tidy this area. I'll wipe down the appliance fronts. I'll scrub the sink. I'll check the condition of the garbage can. I'll maybe wipe off the kitchen chairs and the counter stools. I'll wipe down counters and I'll vacuum and mop the floor. And I usually take a quick feather duster to the mudroom and laundry room and pantry, and then I'll give them a quick vacuum and mop too. Everything probably got a quick tidy too, if it didn't already, even if it needed it. If I have the time, I may wipe a few shelves in the fridge, or I may wipe a few cabinet fronts. I might dust the light fixtures. I might not do any of those extra things. It sounds like a lot, but truly, I timed myself, and that took me, all of that, about 40 minutes because I stayed focused. I know I did because I always do. I threw my headphones in, I had an audiobook on, and I just rolled at it. I don't always clean an area all in one shot. I may do it in 15-minute intervals. Hence why I think that timer is a handy tool, and I have a video here on why I love my timer. I just think it's a huge benefit to use it if you've not, to help you stay on task. And maybe you don't use it all the time, but use it initially for you to at least see how long things take. And if you have something that you just don't want to do and you're putting it off, when you set that timer, even to go, you know what, I'm just going to do this for 10, I can do this for 10 minutes, or maybe it's 5 minutes, whatever you think you can handle, and just start, and you'll see how much you can get done in that little bit of time. Okay, so none of that takes me long because, again, I said it is amazing what you can get done in 15 minutes. So set a timer for, at the end of this, as I'm telling you, set a timer for 15 minutes. If you don't believe me, stay on task with whatever it is, and then you'll see how much you got done. So planning and having a cleaning schedule, it really just helps you stay on task, and it helps you to keep focused. You're not going to be wondering what to do, but you will already have a plan in place. You're more likely to get things done also when you write them down. Emily Barnes stated in her book that I highly recommend, and I'll link to it. It's called More Hours in My Day. She said the busy person's greatest need is for effective, not efficient planning. Being effective means choosing the right task from all the alternatives. Being efficient means doing any job that happens to be around. And she said the importance of planning is that it saves you time in the end. Know what you have to do and have your priorities established, end quote there. So let's say that I told you all this, but let's say I had Tuesday comes around and I had no time to clean on Tuesday. My day had other options open up. And let's say I spent the day hanging with my daughter and granddaughters at the park, and we went out to lunch, and we just had a great day. And why wouldn't I want to do that instead of staying home to clean, right? So I didn't even get to my cleaning that day. Well, here's what I would do. I would just get back to the kitchen and those other rooms next week on Tuesday because it's on my schedule, so it's there. But here's my other reality. I'm probably going to have moments to get little tasks worked in, as maybe I'm prepping dinner. While dinner's cooking, I can wipe down chairs or scrub the sink. After cleaning the dinner dishes, we've eaten dinner, I'm cleaning the dishes, I can run a vacuum through the kitchen and the other rooms. I could take it through the pantry and the mudroom because they're all kind of right there for me at least. I can even spot wipe the floor where it's needed. It usually gets messiest for me right in front of my kitchen sink and dishwasher area or by the stove where I'm cooking. I keep a microfiber rag hung under my kitchen sink just for that purpose. So my floor gets the messiest, again, around that kitchen sink and stove, and I've got that rag under there. I can give it a wet and a quick wipe. I may wipe down the washer and dryer after I throw a load of laundry in, or when I'm coming in from errands, I might have thrown a load in before I left to be with my daughter, and when I come back, toss it in the dryer, and later on in the afternoon or evening, I'll fold the clothes and get those put away. But all these tasks that I'm saying, they could happen other days of the week too. So even though I did no cleaning tasks on Tuesday, just grabbing those little chunks of time while I was already doing something in those rooms, it still kept me on track. It kept my home cleaning moving forward. And most of those things I just mentioned, they took 5 to 10 minutes or less. You can accomplish an awful lot in that time because if you find yourself, think about this, mindlessly scrolling social media, I do this. I need to do this, and I'm telling you, we need to stop and ponder and think, is there something else I could be doing right now? We waste a lot of time each day. Catch yourself in those moments when you know you're wasting time and make good use of it. There's nothing wrong with just sitting and being bored or scrolling social media. I'm not saying that. But how often does it just absorb us and 20 minutes have gone by? It would be better to read a few pages out of a book over mindlessly scrolling social media. And again, I'm preaching to myself here. So sit down with a cup of coffee, write down all the things you could accomplish if you only had 5 minutes. I have this 5-minute list in a blog post form, and I'll link to that to get you started. But let me share a few. Let me just rattle some off at you. You can switch a load of laundry. You can fold a load of laundry. You can wipe a bathroom mirror. You can wipe the glass on the front door. You can tidy the guest bathroom. You can write a thank you note. You can make a cup of tea. Encourage a family member. Make your bed. I think you get the idea here. Put a list together, tape it to the inside of a kitchen cabinet, and when you have free time and energy or you begin to scroll, just see if you can get just a few jobs accomplished. So to keep our hearts focused rightly, because my heart is one that I want to get things done. I'm kind of one of those A+ personalities. I want to move forward and get things done, and I want to get it done on my schedule. So I need a reminder that the Lord is the one who appoints my portion. And I have a snippet that I want to share from 2 podcasts that I did. One was episode 75 called The Lord Appoints Our Portion. And then I want to share another snippet from, maybe I needed to say a different word there, a little snippet from episode 64, which I will link both of those. What is the best use of our time? So if you haven't yet, take a listen or a re-listen to one or both of those episodes when you need to get your heart focused on what is most important. So because our reminder is here that our days may not always go as expected, but may we continually be reminded that God is still in control and is using all things for our good. Romans 8:28, that's a verse I remind myself so often. He can bring glory to himself through what we may call, quote, interruptions, right? When we see them as opportunities he's put before us to walk in obedience. And another reminder here, this is one of my favorites. We're never going to finish everything we think needs to be done in a day or even yet in our lifetime, but we will finish the work the Lord has ordained for our days. We're going to have days that seem like chaos and so many things on our to-do list were left unfinished, but maybe that was the day that we spent ministering to a friend on the phone. Perhaps that was the day we spent an hour in prayer over a broken relationship. Was it the day we needed to make dinner for a family in need or spend more time in the Word? I want us to remember that the Lord's desire for us as his beloved children is our sanctification, becoming more and more like Jesus in and through all the various tasks of our days. It's not just about getting all those items checked off on our list. Taking the time to plan a cleaning schedule for your home. And if you feel like an overachiever, putting together 5-minute, a list of tasks, it's going to help you stay focused and on task in the day to take care of your home. But I want you to remember here, okay? These are all good things we're talking about, but I need you to remember this, that if your day didn't go as planned, just move on and be reminded that that kitchen or bedroom or bathroom isn't going anywhere. If you need to do something, just give it a quick tidy. And again, I said I have a recent podcast on that. My quick tidy, if I have time, could include a feather dust. It could include a vacuum. That was a lot of C's in there. But it does not have to. It can just be tidying. Just take a couple minutes, if nothing else, and tidy that particular area or room or whatever it is that you feel you need to take care of, because maybe it's bothering you. That's usually the way I do it. It's like, that's kind of bothering me. I'm going to go tidy that. But when you have a weekly cleaning schedule, this is what I want you to grasp, where you're doing a little bit every day. It helps you not to have to be cleaning on your weekends or like this crazy woman when you have company coming over. You're able to keep up with it little by little. And if you want to add a bit more to get some deep cleaning done, so you're not doing this marathon spring cleaning every year, then simply look at your calendar every month, pick a room, and in that month for that room, you do a little bit of deep cleaning throughout the month. So maybe September is your master bedroom. You have your master bedroom for that month. And one day you have time to dust the baseboards. Another day, you can dust the ceiling fan or the light fixtures, or maybe another day you can dust blinds or clean the curtains. You kind of get the idea. You're always keeping up with various rooms and things that need tended to in your home. And if you're listening today and you're totally overwhelmed with the care of your home, please just stop here and give episode 29 a listen, titled, it's called Where to Begin When You're Overwhelmed with the Caring for Your Home. And I just have a few closing thoughts as we finish up here. So have your cleaning supplies in order. This is a big one. Have your cleaning supplies in order and simplified. That's very huge in keeping a clean home. I'm going to share my list with you in the show notes of a blog post that I have a list of all my favorite cleaning products and tools that I use for cleaning. It's more for reference, but maybe you can determine as you're looking through what are your favorites, stick with them, keep them organized, and keep them on hand to use. Everyone's going to do this different, but I personally have cleaning supplies under every bathroom sink in my home and then under the kitchen sink. And I have a main cleaning closet for other supplies, and that's where my vacuum and mop and dusting rags and all that are. But having them under the bathroom sinks, it makes it super easy for me to clean a bathroom while I'm already in there. So be a good steward of the home the Lord has gifted you with. So much, because I'm so guilty of this, is wasted or tossed away because of neglect of caring for it, or items, this is my big one, are bought that we don't need because we didn't keep things organized. And that was kind of my rule, that I need to get things in order because I'm double buying cleaning supplies and things I don't need. If you need some organization help, check out my video on having a clutter-free home. I'll try to remember to link to all these. I will work really hard on that. If you can't find something I mentioned and it's not linked below the video or in the main post, shoot me a comment and I will find it for you. I have a lot of these videos and posts mentioned in a homemaking playlist here on YouTube, so I'll link to that too. But take the time, this is a big one, to teach your kiddos to clean up after themselves. Make sure you have their rooms and toy areas organized so they can put things away. It's hard to put things away when there's no place for them. And this goes for us too, right? Clutter begins when items don't have a home. Have an all-family tidy maybe 1 or 2 times a day and do it together. Make it fun. Put some upbeat music on, set a timer, even to see how quickly you all can get it all done as a family. Maybe you have a favorite song you listen to and you stop tidying when the song is done. And while we're on music, put together a playlist of your favorite songs or to listen to, or maybe you listen to a podcast or an audiobook. Audiobooks have been my jam lately. I've really enjoyed them. And here's one that you're like, I can't believe she's going to say this. It's okay to hire an outside cleaner. It is. I've had some challenging seasons in my life, some difficult times we've gone through as a family where we were caring for an elderly parent or whatever that might be, where we used some outside help. And it was a huge blessing. I love that I could just give my home a quick tidy. The cleaners came in and voila, it was like magic. If it's in your budget and you have a need for it, do it. Even if it's just a short term, it's okay. Teach your kiddos to do laundry and dishes and to dust and to vacuum. They are excellent helpers, and it teaches them how to be responsible and care for a home. I have a very old blog post called Teaching Our Daughters to Clean a Home. It's a post I've probably gotten the most bad comments on because of the title. Yes, we need to teach our sons, but the article was written in the spirit of Titus 2. So I'm not changing the title, so please don't email me about the title. I might change it one day, but honestly, it's really not on my list of priorities. But when you have a spill or a mess also, take care of it immediately. Don't let it linger. It's much harder to clean it the longer it sits there. Clean up the dishes after every meal. Don't let them sit there. Try to not leave dishes overnight, but get them done after dinner, unless maybe you're leaving that challenging pot to soak overnight. And at the end, I hope that you're going to see how these simple cleaning habits, as we practice them, they just become routine, that they simplify the care of our homes. And cleaning our homes, it truly becomes a delight. My reminder as we're bringing this episode to a close is true satisfaction. It's found only in Christ. It's not checking all those boxes off our to-do list. We know this already. If I finished my to-do list, like I got through all those things there, but at the end of the day, I was short with my husband. I cleaned the shower with a complaining heart. I neglected to show compassion to my child when they had a need. I have forgotten that God is much bigger than my to-do list. So our heart's desire should be to serve others with a heart full of gratitude and give praise to the Lord for saving our soul, for giving us the gift of loving and caring for our family and home and friends, because truly, Jesus is enough always. I'm so grateful for your time today. I shared a lot of links, and I will put them all in the show notes. If they're not under the video, they'll be in the main show notes at the blog, which you will see linked there. And most of that will be there. You can read a lot of this post there too. So I'm so grateful for you, my friend. And I do pray that you have a very blessed week.